Achieving the Greatest Victory of All. By First Master Mavis Knox the Zeroth. 1. Intro to Truth. How do you determine what is true? By true, I mean what is true to everyone, the objective truth, not an arbitrary truth such as a personal or political truth. If this is your first time thinking about how to justify your beliefs, do not know how to respond, or did not mention empirical demonstrable evidence, then it is probable I am the first person you have experienced that is concerned about truth. Setting the bar with this standard of evidence is valuable not only to verify truth, but also to ascertain character. Judge behavior by intent and consequence, for this can be demonstrated empirically, and is how you believe as many truths and as few falsehoods as possible. The goal of this book is to encourage the world to assist the campaign to end disease by imparting how to make research and advocacy a significant part of the global culture. 2. Education. Articulate a conceptual explanation of special relativity, general relativity, and the Standard Model. If you cannot, you demonstrate that you are not concerned with where you are going, and what you are made out of, for the former are the modern descriptions of the latter concepts, and I am likely the first person you have experienced that cares about education. The standard for education should be a never-ending journey that incorporates the individual, family, community, culture, and infrastructures. These educational endeavors should converge with the purpose of survival, preservation of nature, and to reduce suffering. To attain the greatest of endeavors requires more time and knowledge than a single person can provide. We deserve and may need a civilization that educates at any and all costs to stand the test of time. 3. Ridicule. Ridicule is the most effective weapon against unintelligible propositions. Utilize it if education is not enough to prevent behavior which cannot be reasonably justified. This is not the destructive ridicule commonly used by the weak-minded and cowardly in an attempt to harm others when their purpose and conviction is not strong enough to compromise or mold reality to their ill will. Instead, this constructive ridicule is meant to expose and correct behaviors that should not be tolerated. Do not underestimate the effectiveness of simply stating, "What you did was wrong, make amends, you will be punished if you continue such behavior." 4. Incentive. Rewarding those who better the world is ideal. In general, reducing the amount of suffering and ensuring your actions are conducive to life is how you make the world a better place. To end disease is to end the greatest amount of suffering, and preserving nature is most excellent. Individuals, municipalities, and countries should provide the capability to reward and empower those who behave responsibly. 5. Punishment. Punishment is common in our society, notably prison, which is heavily used. Reformation of punishment in its entirety ought to be addressed. The first areas that should take priority are mental health, correctional rehabilitation, and the provision of opportunities to enhance the community. 6. Servitude. For those already sentenced to death or life imprisonment, a second and third chance should be given so that the benevolence of those enforcing this punishment are not in question. To atone, those who are compliant will serve the greater good by creating the infrastructures of prosperity, empirically and demonstrably making the world a better place. 7. Revolution. Capital punishment is a last resort. War is for the necessitous and oppressed, the old and the sick. If a problem exists, those who have the ability to take action have the responsibility to take action and to provide new guards for their future security. 8. Conclusion of love. True love is self-sacrifice. It is unreasonable to claim to love someone when you know they will suffer, and you spend no time attempting to prevent their suffering. If that is so, then you can only claim to love your own selfish desires, for you have given up on life, love, and everything. Make amends and prove you are strong enough to walk the path of atonement. Reduce suffering and ensure your actions are conducive to life. Show the world what true love is. To expedite the change in global culture, I announce the advent of the Knox civilization.